Broke girl therapy.
Okay. I think it sounds good. Oh my God. I love, what a moment. I love doing I love doing episodes with you.
Wait, I just want to record this for the people.
Okay. Hi, guys. It's me, Stefanie Maegan, your host of Broke Girl Therapy. And guess the fuck what? It's Jessica motherfucking Clarke in the building, bitch. Bitch. Bitch, bitch, bitch,
It's me.
bitch.
Hi, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that it's just me and you and not any intruders.
Yeah, we've been having your intruder. Your personal intruder.
If I had hair to flip, I would.
Like,
Just kidding. No,
I
I
mean-
love Kyle.
since Kyle's not here, can we chisme?
That's chisme.
What's going on? He doesn't want to talk about it, but I do. I'm whipping out my Wendy Williams.
Definitely. What I realized is I really need to work on my poker face. It's trash.
Girl, when you're around him, the intent, like you guys, for me, you guys are giving me the pressure of like, please, we don't want to talk about it. Don't even bring it up. I'm like, all right, cool. But I'm like, but y'all are the ones.
Because honestly, there's nothing to bring up. There literally isn't anything to bring up.
Okay.
Honestly, there isn't. I think we just have natural chemistry, and that's just is what it is, and we've learned to navigate it as friends.
But just people, I think they see the heavy
it's like
flirting.
people want more.
But you guys do you guys like hook up?
No, we don't.
When was the last time you hooked up?
No, we haven't in a while.
Oh, but like you have
No, we really haven't.
had sex?
No,
Never.
no.
Never?
Once upon a time. Well, I met Kyle a very long time ago.
Right.
But I think we're both going. You know when you go through the phase of.
Sorry, wait, pause. The background story. If you guys haven't listened to the last 2 episodes with Jessica Clarke, it's been with this dude named Kyle. Go back. You'll see the intensity of like them, but they will never come to terms with what the fuck they are. So we just sit here in confusion just as much as they are confused about themselves.
Basically, that sums
So that's
up my
but
life.
now we're summing up what's going on since he's not here.
Listen, my bottom line is I want a man to choose me. I want him to not have any second thoughts about it. I want him to be, hey, you're mine. I'm coming to collect you. That's what I want. Until I get that vibe, I'm not claiming no one and no one is claiming me. Period.
Yeah. But he's confusing, girl.
Oh yeah, that's all men. All men.
But why is he loves to confuse you?
Well, I think you have to.
I mean, like, this is no shade to Kyle. Like, my personal feelings with Kyle is like he's a dope person. This isn't Kyle. So Kyle, if you're listening, I'm
you have
not
to
trying
bear in mind he's 27.
Oh yeah, that's 20.
Where were we when we were 27?
27-year-old behavior.
He's 27, so I think he's still trying to figure out, like, he's just getting out of his, like, party phase. I want to slow down. I'm 30, so it's always going to be, like, I'm always going to be in a place, older. And so I'm always going to be ahead of him as far as what I need to get out of my system.
Yeah.
And so I think what's confusing to him is obviously we have good chemistry.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he also has to go through what I went through when I was 27, which was confusion, like not knowing what I want, who I want, you know.
We was confused at 27.
And you have to be sure, like, to be with, because we're at a point in our life, it's not where we can just test and see. We're at a point in our life, no, this is like, if we're going to be in a relationship, it's going to be it's not like, you know, we have time
because you are like you are the woman that's like, you get into a relationship with you with intention. You have to have like the biggest intention to do right by you because that's what you deserve. And it's like, but also you have this like thing about you where it's like you fine as hell, you flirty, you know, there's good chemistry. So there's like this funness about you, you know what I mean? But it's like, but they know that like, oh, you're not just like someone that just wants to have fun.
And I think that's what it is. And there's not too much on home, but I do think I remind men of like a serious relationship. And I think I meet men that are not really, or just I always meet men that are just getting out of relationships.
Maybe, do you feel like maybe you're just not ready either, even though you are the relationship type, you are the wife,
right?
You know, but maybe you're not there yet, and that's why you keep attracting the ones who are not there yet too.
So I've thought about that and I've prayed about that, and I think it may be, I think last year I was just in this weird like place, But I also think I was kind of like forcing it.
Yeah.
Like I was on dating apps, I was just trying. And now I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to just see what comes to me instead of trying to go to it. But then a lot of the guys, a lot of guys always say like it's always in the perfect world they would be with me, but I'm never like
it's never the perfect world. There's no perfect world.
Perfect, and I always make guys that are just in this in between. And it did, maybe it was a reflection of my life, this transition, you know.
Which there's nothing wrong with like that too. So it's just like, I think just embracing that like that moment in your life, because one day you are gonna, like, without a doubt, you are gonna be someone's wife, someone's mom. You're gonna have everything that you want and deserve, but before you get there, there's gonna be a journey,
right?
You know.
And
so
this year, I'm intentionally not doing situationships. I'm not doing them anymore. Like either we go on, like either it is or it's not. I think I'm a queen of situationships. I've mastered situationships. I know a situationship coming from a mile away, but then I'm also, this year my intention is to, because I was listening to like the sermon the other day, and it was saying that a wife doesn't just become a wife because you put a ring on her finger. She becomes a wife. It is who she is.
Yeah.
So I think I'm cultivating that atmosphere around me of being a wife, even though I don't have a man. So that means like maybe not kissing everybody, maybe not, you know, I let everyone in. Everyone gets me, you know? And so I think this year I'm going to be a lot more selective. I'm going to be saying no more. And even just recently, I met a guy, which you've met briefly.
I was going to say, that's why, you know, I've been here 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, he came over briefly, and
it's okay to say, because what if like Kyle here, like, is this?
Oh no,
everyone knows. Yeah, everyone knows. Okay,
I'm dating. That's
You're dating.
I'm dating.
I'm not tied.
I'm not tied to anyone.
And I just, you know, feelings, they're not gonna get hurt.
No, I told him about him.
Okay.
Yeah, we're genuinely all friends.
Okay. Yeah.
But he just came out of a relationship, and I told him I can no longer keep doing this because...
Wait, your new man just got out of a relationship?
Yeah, he just got out of a relationship like a few months ago. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is, Steph. I don't know.
Literally, Jess, every time you like meet a man, he just got out of a marriage, a relationship.
Something. It's always the guy that's getting out of
something.
And I'm always the one that's like, it's fine. But this year I was like, no. So we've kind of just stopped. I stopped really talking to him the way I was talking to him, because I think also sometimes it's not necessarily I understand what you're getting at, like, you know, what you're giving off, you attract, but at the same time, what you accept, you also attract.
Yeah.
And so I think I was accepting a lot of that. And so when you accept that, you expect that. And that's the energy you're putting out there. And so I think that's what I was doing. I was continuously in this cycle of situationships that I was just always preparing myself for a situationship.
Right.
And so I'm really trying to have like a mindset shift where it's like I'm focusing on God, I'm focusing on myself, and just getting back to basics, really, you know?
Yeah. I love that for you. Yeah. It's just growth.
Every day. You think you learn something, and then it's like plot twist.
Right. And it's just like, that's the thing I think about like dating though, is like, you always think you learn something, but there's always something to learn. Because there's just like, there's going to be so many people out there that you're going to meet who are just going to like show a reflection of like your growth at that time, or like are gonna test you of like, are you ready for you know what I mean? Like, it's just, there's so many personalities out there who are gonna trigger some trauma.
Always.
It's really what it is, you know? And so I think that's the hardest part, I think, about dating, is the fact that like you meet so many different people who just like, who remind you of certain things, who are actually, you know, or like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dating's hard.
It is. And I think another thing I'm doing is just not, as I said, like that situationship last year, I would have, let's see what happens, you know?
Yeah.
But now I've just like cut it off, and it sucks, yeah, but it's just like, if I wanted something more, I can't keep accepting the same thing.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
But like these guys always like really, like, I could tell, like, not to speak on behalf of Kyle, but like, maybe I shouldn't go there.
Say it.
No, I could just like see it in his demeanor and his like presence that he like really cares about you.
Oh no, 100%.
Like he really, and I think that's why I really like him. And I hate that he's like 27, and I hate that like he is like not there yet. Because I'm like, I know you want it, bro, but like it just the fact of the matter is you're going through whatever you're fucking going through.
And he has some real. There are some things, even though I think it may or may not work. Like he, as well as I, have some things, like some crucial things he has to learn before,
Yeah.
And
do you think that like, what if like one day you do get a man, like he's gonna be real sad, girl? I don't think he could have a platonic friendship with you.
And I hate to say it, but I don't think any man would be comfortable with
the relationship you guys have. 1000%.
With that history, that's impossible. No. No man will be comfortable because we can't even.
Because imagine if like he had a girlfriend like that, like no.
It wouldn't work. We wouldn't be able to we wouldn't be able to be in each other's life, which is sad.
Yeah.
But I think because of how we naturally are together, it will show.
Yeah, sometimes it's like there's like been certain dudes that I've dated where I'm just like, damn, I wish we didn't have that kind of history because I think as friends it would be really dope. Yeah. But it's like, we've like have that history, so it's like never gonna ever be a thing, Right. So like that sucks, but it's just like it is what it is.
Yeah, girl. So that's me and him, but for now we're just keeping it
platonic. You've upgraded to a friend, which
was a big deal for me because I think that we were just always in this. Because we started off as really good friends, and we're both from England. Like, we both have the African thing. So we're both Christian and in church. And we have so many things in common. And so I think us just being more intentional about our friendship and actually where it would go, whether it's friends or anything else.
Yeah.
We're just putting ourselves in better situations.
Right.
Which I think is either way is healthy. So
yeah. We'll see what happens, y'all. We'll catch up in the next batch recording. Like shit changes.
The day
like
I come on here and say I have a boyfriend, I need to have all the sound effects.
It's gonna be like a 2-part episode. It's gonna be like a whole. It's gonna be a celebration of love. And like he better be able to like want to come on the pod. You know?
Of course.
And if it's Kyle, we know he definitely down.
Thirsty.
You
love him some BGC. But that's me right now. I'm very career focused. I'm very God focused. I'm very I have so many goals this year that
I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy we're friends. Can I just say you're like one of the friendships that I do. I know I'm on my period. I remember my period every time I record Broke Out the Rate. But I'm just so glad you're my friend. Oh. And I'm just so proud of you.
Thank you. I love you.
Can we just have a little teary moment?
No, stop. I can't do this. I love you, friend.
I love you so.
I love you so much.
Like you don't have I love you to the bottom of my heart and vagina up until my cervix and everything to the womb.
You too, friend.
To the womb and all.
To the windows to the womb, bitch.
To the windows to the womb, bitch. It's love.
Always.
Yes. Should we read some emails?
Let's read emails.
That's like chisme,
Because, girl, these stressing me.
30 million women are impacted by weakened or thinning hair. If that's you, know that you're not alone and there's a solution you could trust to deliver the best results. And that is our sponsor, Nutrafol. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement clinically shown to improve your hair growth, thickness, and visible scalp coverage. I started using this product because back when I bleached my entire head blonde, although I loved the look, unfortunately the bleach damaged my hair and the texture just did not feel the same. So I started using Nutrafol because 1, I wanted to grow my hair back fast, and 2, because I want the feeling and the texture of my hair back not only healthier but thicker and more fuller and Nutrafol has been helping me so much to get back to my natural state. 3,000 plus doctors and stylists recommend Nutrafol as an effective and high-quality solution for healthier hair. You could grow thicker, healthier hair and support our show by going to Nutrafol.com and entering the promo code BROKEGIRL to save $15 off your first month subscription. This is their best offer anywhere and is only available to U.S. customers for a limited time. Plus, free shipping on every order. Get $15 off at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code BROKEGIRL. Yes, this one is called dating.
Oh, I know all about this.
We know all about it. Here we are. Okay, this one says, hey, hope you're having a good day. I'm currently single and have accomplished so much in the last year. Last year, my cousin passed away, and at that time, I was talking to some guy who ended up bonding and would just talk to me during my grief. When I moved back, first off, I'm so sorry. My condolences. That's tough. So prayers to you. I'm so sorry. Anyways, when I moved back to the Bay, oh, hey, what up, Bay Area? I thought we would hang out.
Now you're repping the Bay when you lived there for 2 minutes.
I don't even have any friends out there. I don't even go outside. It's been a tsunami lately.
The only thing you see is the elote guy. Do you haven't had elotes yet?
Oh, yeah. They'll be like,
Yeah,
I am an Oakland girl. They be coming up and down the street.
Oh, my God. And
Girls.
if you're in South Central long enough, you hear them.
It's like the Bay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're like, you hear the bells ringing and shit. That. Yeah. So, yeah, we love elote women and shit. You know. So, anyways, when I moved back to the Bay, I thought we would hang out, but he never made an effort to see me. Only once. I've been hesitant to pursue anything more than friendship since I don't really see us being in a relationship, but honestly would be down to hook up or be friends with benefits. He is very sweet and a very sweet guy, and we share a lot of the same childhood history, but I could tell he is lost in life. Should I make the effort to see where it goes or just leave it alone? P.S. He isn't consistent in communication, but like I said, I'm not really looking for a relationship with him. We are both 26 and live in the Bay. Shout out. Oh, she lives in Oakland. Hey. Go dom. I don't care. I'm stopped. I'm trying to listen to more Bay Area music. Like every time me and Brian are like driving around the Bay, I'm like, put your Bay Area music. Oh, and we put like Pilo.
Yeah.
We like, put me on, son. Put me on, son. Put me on, son. We really going done. And I'm just like, I'm trying to live and breathe the Bay. So I am such a Valley girl, and I'm so sorry not to offend the Bay Area. Oh my God. But anyways, shout out to you, Oakland. What you think, girl?
Wait, so give me a run through again.
She's single, accomplished a lot in the last year, so she's thriving.
Love that.
But she did lose someone and she's grieving, so there's that vulnerability. And he was there during like the grief.
Okay.
And then she moved back to the Bay and thought that they would hang out, but he never really made an effort. And she's like, I've been hesitant to pursue anything more than a friendship because she's like kind of curious to see like
where it would go.
There's interest, you know, but she's also like, I'm not really looking for a relationship, but I kind of like want to fuck and we could be friends with benefits. Like, you know, she's being drawn to him.
I think
yeah.
They should. One thing is be careful.
But he's lost in life. That's what she said.
Yeah, be careful with grief and sex. Be careful with grief and relationships, period. Because I think a lot of the time when we're trying to heal, which always there's something, a part of it that is lost. With every person that you lose, a part of you, gets lost. Yeah. So I think you should just be careful with what you're filling that with. And sometimes we can feel that high of being with someone new to help run from what's going on, the grief. So that's one thing I would avoid. I'll also just avoid, I understand you want it to be like friends with benefits. I get that. But knowing that he's lost in life, that's not really going to add anything to your life, you know?
Well, I mean, I kind of think the opposite.
Oh, really?
Think that like, if you really like, I hate to say like, oh, if they're lost in life, take advantage of them. Not in that way, but I feel like it it kind of shows a sign that maybe, yeah, they're not really ready. So for like a relationship. So if that's something you're kind of looking for is to not commit, like they could be a great candidate. But the only thing that I don't like is is inconsistent communication, because even if you are just friends with benefits and just friends or not in a serious relationship, like communication is key on top of any type of relationship. So I think that like that could make things more confusing, because having boundaries to just be friends with benefits could be successful, but it could also get really tricky. So I think.
Do you think friends with benefits work?
Depends on the people.
I have friends with benefits.
I mean, like, I think that a lot of people could fuck without nowadays. Yeah.
True.
It just depends. Like, for me,
I can't.
You know what I mean? You're not really, you know what I mean? Like, we kind of like struggle with that.
Like that.
We're not built like that. Like, and that's the thing. Like, I think be honest with yourself. But I mean, if it doesn't really seem like she's even questioning if like she could, she could be someone who could do that and not have feeling. Like, I don't know, I could only like base it off of what I have here. But like, I think she's just kind of like doesn't really know how to like go about it. She's like, should I just not hit him up or like just leave him alone because he's not making effort.
But the fact that she's expecting him to make an effort, that means she's expecting something from him.
Don't expect
already.
Shit. Yeah.
And so that's what makes me feel that do you want to be friends with benefits to kind of, is that your way to get in with him?
Yeah.
Like,
think about why do you want
the friends with benefits, and why do you? Because if it was friends with benefits, whether they hit you up or not, you wouldn't care. Whether he's making an effort or not, you wouldn't care. Like, it would be one of those things, well, he's going to hit me up when he hits me up, and when he does hit me up, I'm going to see what's up,
Right,
But she seems more invested in it than she's putting off. But
it seems,
what do I know?
I think when you're overthinking already of the scenario, you're investing yourself a little too much.
You need that red flag, Steph.
Yeah, like I feel like we shouldn't, like I feel like that's already, like you're already investing in the situation.
Emotionally.
If you're overthinking.
And also you're attaching him to your grief.
Yeah.
And so that's where it gets. The grief is
because
where
he made you feel better.
He made
so
you
now
feel
you want to continue to make you feel better. And so that's scary.
That's what I'm saying.
Which
like,
I think it's fine to like.
If he didn't help her through the grief, that would be different. But you're emotionally attached to him because he soothed you in that time. So now he's going to be your escape to soothe. And when you rely on that and he leaves, you're going to be left broken whether you want to be friends with benefits or not. It's still going to hurt.
Yeah, it's tricky. Yeah. I think, girl, masturbate a lot.
Find someone else.
Find someone else.
What the fine man be at in the
find
bay?
someone else, but don't talk to them about your grief. That way you like have boundaries.
That's a boundary. You don't want a trauma bond.
You just want to have sex, have fun, keep it surface level.
Yeah.
Because when I think you go really, you have these really deep
attachments.
It's gonna create an attachment. So try to have less attachment and just be surface level and just have fun with whatever friends and benefits you want. And yeah, that's what I think.
Good advice.
But either way, I was not good at friends with benefits.
So friends with what? Nah, bruh. We go together. If you kiss me, we go together.
Like, you my man.
You my man. You kiss me, you my man. That's my new motto. Kiss me, you're my man. I've broken that motto. It's okay.
So this one says, the subject is, moving to a new city isn't what the movies make it out to be. Girl. LOL. I feel like as someone who's moved from country to country and city to city, you may have a thing or two to say, right? Yeah. She says, hola, babes.
Hola, mama.
Hola, bitch. What up? So just a little bit about me. My name is Diana. I am 22 years old. I am Mexicana, and I've been listening to the pod since March of 2019.
Hola, chica.
Bitch, what?
OG.
I love you. OG, bitch. She's been here since the Morgan issue in 2019. That was before TikTok. So thank you. So now a little backstory. My family moved to the U.S. in 2005. So ever since then, we have lived in Washington. Fast forward to 2022, I got engaged in March and moved to San Diego in June. This was a really big change for me because I've never been out of Washington and never been alone. The past couple months have been amazing, not only for my fiance and I as a couple, but for both of us individually. Now, being alone in a city where I literally don't know anything or anyone has been the hardest thing I've ever done. ... Which leads me to my question. Oh, I guess I could relate to this.
Yeah.
When you moved to Oakland or moved out to be on your own, how did you get over the hurdle of feeling lonely? I know it's probably something you'll never fully get over, but how did you work with those feelings? Don't get me wrong, my fiance, my family, and my homegirls back home are my biggest support system, and I know I have them. I know I could call them whenever, and my fiance and I have so much fun. He's literally my best friend. But it's hard out here. But thank you for listening, and thank you to everyone that comes on the pod because you guys are truly impacting people's lives for the better.
Aww.
Love you.
Love you, mean it.
Love you and mean it. Whether it's by giving them relationship advice, sex advice, telling stories that we can relate to, and always speaking your truth, you guys have been helping me stay positive and a little extra these past couple months. I love you and I thank you. Oh, sorry, I'm going to make me cry. I'm so emotional. I also need to sleep. So I'm like extra emotional. P.S. You could call me if you want to, but please do another live show soon. I couldn't go to the last one because my car broke down and I had to pay for that. But I really want to go see you and make friends out here. Laughing my ass off, but okay, long enough. Bye.
I got your ticket, girl.
Yeah, we'll get you a ticket.
Yeah.
We'll comp you a ticket. But also it's like 11:30 p.m. So we're not gonna make any phone calls.
No.
It is late. But we'll answer your question to anything. Okay, where do I begin?
I feel like building your own community outside of your boyfriend is gonna be huge.
Yes. And I think I'm also on the same
you are
journey right now. Not necessarily I feel lonely. I think I'm
because you're a homebody, low key.
I think people don't realize how much of a homebody I am. I'm okay
You
with
got
being
your
alone.
Animals and your man? Stop playing with her.
Yeah, you will not see me out if I am with my animals and my man.
The Virgil has not heard of Steph since Brother B came in this situation.
I think the time that I felt lonely was when I moved from Santa Clarita to LA, which is not that far. It's 30 minutes, 45 minutes to an hour, whatever. And I felt lonely because I was so used to having my best friends live down the street and just being surrounded by so many people. All my friends were there. So it was and it is a big, anyone who's from Santa Clarita knows, it is it's not that far, but it's such a big culture shock because you're really the suburbs is really built for you to not leave.
Yeah.
Within the same mile of your home, you have, for me at least, I had the mall, I had the hospital, I had the grocery store, I had
everything,
Walmart, Target.
There's everything in those little hubs.
Literally within a mile of where I lived, I had all of that. So I didn't leave. Everything was there.
Yeah.
And so to go to LA, it was I had to go to, how long to go to a Target? I gotta go and then go to Rouse, and it's how far? It was everything was so far,
and that's why we DoorDash everything because it's just literally everything. Literally. Because to go out, I feel like I'll spend more time and more money just leaving the house than just having it delivered. Give me the delivery fees,
right?
It's worth it.
And so I did feel lonely because it was first being out on my own by myself, and that's really scary, especially in the situation I was in where my mom kicked me out. And so it was kind of just grieving that of just I don't feel like I had, because also my dad lives in Michigan, I have a brother in Texas, everyone was just kind of split up, and my mom got married, and she, I felt really alone. I felt I didn't really have family at that. I felt really lonely at that time, and my friends were doing their thing. So I just that's the era where I went out a lot, I really started just going out and meeting people and going on dating apps. I think that really helped. Obviously she's getting married,
but she can go on Bumble BFF. I have a couple friends that are on there as well.
I was gonna say I'm gonna get on Bumble BFF when I get home.
Yeah.
Because now I feel okay, I'm not feeling as lonely as I was when I moved to LA back in the day, but moving to Oakland, now I'm okay, the first year was really just settling in, adjusting to living with a man because I've never done this before, and getting my career right, and adjusting to the schedule of coming out here. And now I feel I'm at a place where it's so much smoother.
Yeah.
And it kind of got me sad, like, during the holidays, because I was like, you know, like, my favorite part of the holidays is going to, like, a holiday party. You know, getting dressed up, going to, like, a work holiday party and just, like, seeing your friends. Like, I didn't have that.
Yeah.
Like, no one invited me and Brian to their fucking house holiday party. Like, I was like, we got no friends out here. You know, like, his friends are kind of far, too.
Yeah.
And so I was like, we need friends. So I'm kind of now transitioning to the idea of, like, okay, I can make new friends. Like, just a couple of, like, girlfriends who I could go to, like, brunch with and just hang out with. Like, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. So Bumble BFF is definitely where I'm gonna be doing that, and just I think also, like, I've been telling myself, like, okay, maybe because I also need to go outside more.
Yeah,
I'm a little cooped up.
Thing.
I'm a little cooped up.
I'm actually a homebody as well, and so I definitely do understand that. But at the same time, I do have my girlfriends, and I'm not married. I've never have been married, but I have a strong. When I do get married, I definitely want to have my independence outside of my man. Like,
yes.
I understand that you're saying your man's your best friend. I get that. I think that's perfectly fine. I think that's perfectly healthy. But you don't want your man to become everything, because that's a lot of pressure on him. Yeah. And sometimes you just want to have something to tell him. Like, hey, I met this person. And you just want to have a little bit of something for you. And if you want to have girl chat, and also maybe... And this may also be a controversial opinion, but be careful of getting single friends when you're getting engaged, because I think sometimes that can be a little tricky. Yeah. I think, obviously, depending on your age, you may want to get people who are married or who are more, because they will want to do more things that you will are, I shouldn't say allowed to do.
I think I want like a couple, one single friend.
Exactly.
A couple, and then like one single friend.
Yeah, because if you have all single friends, you're like, they want to party every day.
Right.
You got your man at home, girl. You got,
right.
You gotta.
I want like couple best friends.
Yeah, couple
like,
best friends.
I want to hang out with other couples.
Yeah,
you know, and just like hang out. And so, but it's, you know. And
then also as a married person, you're going to be talking about things that, so honestly, single people just can't relate to, and vice versa. And so you're going to be like, I
can relate to a single girl though.
But you're a bit different because you have a podcast about sex and dating.
Right, exactly. So I can literally act like I'm
but if
still
you're
single
just newly engaged in a new city, you know, but Bumble BFF I think is a great start.
1000%.
Going on a hike, going on an adventure with someone else.
I was going to start, for me, like, because I don't ever go outside, and I want to, like, I'm starting to get myself to, like, work out more. Like, I want to join, like, classes. Like, I want to do, like, Pilates, like, yoga, stuff like that. And I think that's, like, a good place to find, like...
100%.
Friends, like, putting yourself in, like, okay, maybe I'll take this type of class, or this... Putting yourself in a certain environment.
Yeah. And also, depending on the industry, you're in networking events as well.
Yeah.
I've met people from networking events that...
Tell them about how, like, when you moved here, you went to that African event, and now, like, all your friends are...
Yeah, exactly. Like, literally, when I moved here, I lived in Ghana, as many of you know. So there was this girl, I think I met her at church or something, and she invited me to this African networking event, African professionals, and that was in 2017, and I've been friends with them to this day. I'm friends with them. They're some of my closest friends. We travel together. They've come to my parents' house for Easter. So yeah, I think
just doing things that are just like up your alley of like interest, you know, you're gonna find people who are like-minded,
and you have to go there and be intentional about talking. Like, you can't just go there and just be in your corner. Like, yeah. So I was at a networking event, and you know how like in LA people are really like, don't talk to me, but talk to me, you know?
Right.
And so I was there. I was walking. I was with my good girlfriend Ashley. Hey, Ash. And this girl came up to me and was like, "Hi, my name is," and I was perplexed. I was like, why are you walking on? And I was like, oh, this is a networking event where people actually talk to each people.
Right.
And so it's almost like LA kind of gives you this notion that you're not supposed to talk to people, but that environment allows you to be comfortable. And that's something I've been doing is like, hey, I think I've seen you somewhere, you know?
Right.
Even though I probably haven't seen them anywhere. And then they're like, maybe you saw me here, and then we just start a conversation. So sometimes...
Or just even a compliment, be like,
yeah,
oh my God,
your hair looks so good. Or even if you're at a bar, sometimes I go to the places by myself. That's not for everybody. I know. No. But I sometimes go to places to myself. There's a restaurant in LA called Joey's, and there's a bar there that a lot of people just go to and sit at, and you can start conversations with someone sitting next to you. So
Yeah.
I
used to do that a lot when I was single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just a great organic way to meet people. But if you want to go a more intentional way, I think Bumblebee FF will be a good thing for you
For
too.
sure. Yeah, just go outside, Bumblebee FF. Do things that are of your interest.
Yeah.
That way you could meet like-minded people.
Right.
And
that you actually feel like you'll get along with.
yeah, like it's just crazy because like when you're kids and you're in school, like you just meet people in your class, like things are just so easy and accessible and like organic because you see these people fucking every day. And so when you like now fast forward to being adults, it's like we have to like be intentional of like putting ourselves out there to make friends. So I mean, when I went on Bumblebee FF, I was like, oh my God, there's so many people I could be besties with. Like they looked so cool. And I was actually messaging some people, but I feel bad because like kind of ghosted them because I was so busy, you know? So, but now I'm like ready for that intention to put myself out there. And so I'm with you, girl. We got this. It's just now just
and
having.
San Diego is such a beautiful place, and there's so many nice people there. There's University of San Diego, depending how old you are. So there's lots of people there. Yeah. I'm sure that you can bond with.
Yeah, like you got this.
And I feel like on Bumblebee FF too, you'll meet people that are just like you, that are feeling lonely, that just moved to San Diego. So
it's a lot. Yeah, it's always the people are like, I just moved here. Yeah. So it's like-minded people. So
try that.
Yeah.
Let us know what happens.
Do you remember homegirl Ariana from Australia?
I do.
I love her. Shout out to fucking Cherry Rice, 8-Town, bitch. I miss you. I know she listens to the pod. Hopefully she still listens. Hopefully she's still there. But she lives in Australia, and I remember she would come out to LA and just like stay here for like a month, damn near, it felt like. And, you know, we started hanging out, but she would also go on Bumblebee FF and like make friends just for her trip. Cause
I didn't know that.
She was out here by herself, and I like admired that because like she was like
putting herself out there.
Yeah, she made so many friends just being out here, and I was like, that is the coolest thing ever. So I think that like it's cool. You'll meet like the dopest people on there. It's not weird.
Please keep us updated. I'm interested.
Yeah,
I'm invested.
Come to the show.
Yes,
we need to do a San Diego show.
I'll be there.
I'll be there. All right, next one is bedroom insecurities and body confidence.
Ooh, child.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay. Hey, Steph. First, you know what? Okay, I love that I've like created a community of where y'all are just say da pod. Like it's DA pod. Like you just say it. Like, you know, and
I love that.
I love that. And I just like thank you for dealing with like the way that I speak on anyways.
TBH.
TBH. First, love to pod, been obsessed since I found you on TikTok during the pandemic. So much shit has happened in my life since then, and I swear you have helped me overcome so many obstacles and helped me see from a different perspective with literally everything that has happened in my life. So thank you. Wow. You gave me too much credit. I love that. Thank you. Anyways, so my boyfriend, Cancer, and I, Pisces.
Ooh.
Emotions. Have been together for 6 months and have moved to a new state together this summer.
Oh, wow.
Fast, I know, but we're in our early 20s, and girl, we want to travel, and our jobs allow us to do so. So
love
fuck
that
it.
For you.
Anyways, I'm incredibly insecure.
Oh.
2020, I lost about 60 pounds and quickly gained it all.
60 size 60?
60.
Wow.
And quickly gained it all back due to disordered eating, and I'm still struggling learning to love my body and take care of it. But it's affecting my relationship more and more. Sometimes my boyfriend struggles to stay hard and will go soft still inside me. Oh, it makes me sad.
I know.
We've discussed it before, and he says it has nothing to do with me, and it's just because of my anxiety or funk with his body. I will say it doesn't happen too often, but when it does, I just feel so insecure as if it's because me and my body that he just isn't attracted to me. I believe him when he says it has nothing to do with me or my body, but it's difficult to not get in my head, blame myself, and compare myself to his exes. Oh, I hate admitting that. I'm very sexual, so it's difficult that my relationship with my body is getting in the way of that. Do you have any advice on how I can start to feel more confident with sex and my body? I feel like I've seen a huge shift in your confidence over the years, and your girl needs some of that. Love you and all your co-hosts.
Aww.
She lives in Indiana. Shout out, girl.
Love you, mean
We love you and we mean it wholeheartedly. Do you want to start?
You start, bitch, because I feel you have something to say.
I love and hate talking about like body confidence because it is like a triggering thing for me.
Yeah.
And I feel you. I'm as someone who fluctuates like all the time. It could get pretty, and so for someone who's just like, no matter what size I've been, it's always just been a struggle to love myself because there's always somebody who's got something to fucking say, aka Shamu. But
we're working through that.
We're working through it. We're working through Shamu. We're working through it.
Work in progress.
I mean, that's the thing though, is like, I think we're always going to be working through it. Mm-hmm. There's never going to be, there's going to be a lot of moments where you feel confident and you feel sexy. And then there's going to be moments, because as women, like our bodies change,
yes.
Like we age, things drag a little bit, we get pregnant, we have kids, and, you grow to some hips a little later, you know what I mean? Our nipples get bigger when you're pregnant. Our bodies change a lot. So it's going to be, I think, a battle for most of us, like just for the rest of our lives. And I don't want to say battle. I just think it's just like a practice of like self-love that we're going to have to continue to have for the rest of our lives. And I think, God, what was her fucking name? The porn star? Kazumi said it best. She actually really inspired me today when I did the episode with her. Oh. She was like, I don't know if you were in the room at that time, but she said, she's like, I have insecurities in my body, but what I do is like, I make it into like a kink. Like, and I was telling her how like my stomach is like my biggest insecurity. Yeah. And she was just like, well, and she was like telling me how to like turn it into kink and how to like say it and like just mean it in a really sexy way. And I really just owning it. And I think ultimately it's like just gaining the confidence no matter what size or phase you are in, your body, your healing and your like dieting, whatever it is. And I just think that like, it's just like owning it. For me, like when I'm having sex, I try not to like think of that. Like I get into like a fantasy head where I'm just like, oh, matter the gut, I'm just the fucking sexiest thing alive. Yeah. And like, even though I know like I don't really believe that, but like sometimes you just have to like pretend. Even when I was at the photo shoot, like I fucking sometimes hate looking at myself, but to get this done and to take photos that, that I want and need for the show, I'm like, I have to disassociate, and just believe in myself. I don't want to say like disassociate. That sounds a little aggressive, but like just like get that confidence, and like sometimes being delusional is just like the best medicine. And just like telling yourself like, and not even saying like, oh my God, I'm the skinniest bitch ever. Cause that'd be lying to myself, and just being like, my fucking curves are amazing. Yeah, I got this gut, but fuck it. You know what I mean? Like,
and sometimes I feel like there's two things. I think I think people should spend more time in the mirror just staring at their bodies.
Yeah.
And then just analyze your body. Just be naked, turn around. It's going to be very uncomfortable. But and that should become like, it's a thing of it's a mental thing. And so to change your mind mentally, you have to do something consistently. Like if you want to lose weight, you go to the gym consistently. If you want to become a master at something, you have to continue to practice it. If you want to love your body, you have to learn to practice looking at it and complimenting yourself. Even if it's 5 minutes in the day, it could be like, I love my body. I think I love my hips.
Yeah.
Just affirming yourself. And it's okay if you don't believe it. But the beautiful thing about the body and the mind is that if you tell yourself something enough, you're going to start believing it.
Oh, 1000%. And so I say it's like casting a spell.
Yeah, like even in my room, I have different like this.
I went into your room and I was like, you are so nice to yourself because there's just so many affirmations
everywhere.
Yeah,
and it's just like, so when and so even subconsciously, even if I'm not reading it, I'm always seeing something around me that is reminding me of my higher power, of empowering myself. And so that's just constant just reiteration of the love I want to have for myself. And so I think a lot of people are saying, well, I don't believe it, so what's the point of me saying it? It's not about that. It's just about once you tell your mind something, it starts to become true. So
Right.
I definitely would, as an actionable step for you to do, is 5 minutes every day, look in your mirror and give yourself a compliment.
Yeah.
And then hopefully the more you do that, the more you'll gain. And then practical advice as well. I may get in trouble for this, but you've lost 60 pounds before. I've lost, how much did I lose? I lost like 40 pounds. And the thing, even though I put on probably like 25 of them, I keep saying to myself, well, if I've done it before, I can do it again.
I was going to say, that's not controversial. That's facts,
if I've done it before, I've done it again. What I need to do is implement discipline. Like I always think, what did I do before then? Like before then, I really wanted it. And I was going to the gym constantly. I was eating right. I was drinking a lot of water.
Right.
And so there has to be that discipline. So my encouragement to you is, you've done it before. You have the power to do it again, but 1,000%. It still doesn't negate the fact that there are skinny people that still think they're fat. So because it's here. So I think starting with, the positive affirmations for yourself. And then if you want to lose weight, if that's something you want for yourself, then try and write down the things that got you to lose weight the first time, and then start slowly implementing that in your life.
Yeah, like if you've done it, especially before, you could.
It's proof of concept.
Yeah.
Proof of concept.
Exactly. So, I love that. And I think I also want to say too, because I think that because I am so body positive, people assume it's oh, you're promoting obesity and an unhealthy lifestyle. It's no, I'm not. That's not the case. I think that clearly if there's something you're unhappy with, I'm a full advocate of doing what it takes to change that. Meaning if you want to go to the gym or creating healthy habits, or even honestly surgery.
Yeah.
I'm not saying go out and get surgery, but it's for me, I want to get my double chin or whatever, but it's also I know that it's also a mental thing too, doing it for you and not doing it for other people, not doing it to please anybody, not doing it to get something out of it. It's really because it's well, I want to do this for myself because this makes me happy.
Right.
This is my self-love to give back to myself because I want this for me,
100%.
And I think that should be number one on why you do anything. Including losing weight or eating healthier, is because it's a choice for you and not because someone fucking told you so.
100%.
Yeah,
it's all about your mind. So as I said, you can lose the weight, you can have all the surgery in the world, but if you in your mind still see yourself the same way, you can do anything, and it's still not going to be good enough for you.
Right.
And so that's why it's important to start with the mind first.
Because body dysmorphia is a thing.
It's such a thing.
No matter what size you are, every size has struggled with that at one
you're
point.
never going to be good enough for yourself. So that's why I'll say, be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace. Give yourself the room to feel. And if you want to change it, do something about it.
Lately, what I've been doing, because I work from home and I'm always home. And one thing which I love the comfort of being in my sweats and my animals and my man. It's fine. I love it. The downside of it is pre-pandemic, I always had somewhere to go for work. So meaning I always got dressed up. I always had a fly outfit every day and would do my hair and makeup, and I don't do that every day. When I do it, it's an occasion. It's for the show. It's for whatever. But I found myself, because I never put myself together, brushed my hair, did my makeup, I found myself hating myself. I didn't feel I was I am so disgusting. And I caught myself in that. And I was why am I so mean to myself?
Yeah.
And it's really because I haven't been giving back into the self-care, you know, even the little things like brushing your hair, and so I was okay, well, the one thing that makes me feel really good is doing my hair and makeup, but in actuality, I don't think it's I think it's a waste of time. Unless you love doing it, it's I don't want to just do my makeup and just sit at home in front of the computer, so I was okay, well, let me just get into skincare. So I've really just been implementing this skincare routine and the gua sha and like massaging my face and like brushing my hair, just because I'm putting that in my morning routine, just as I used to when I would do my hair and makeup. I just replaced it with skincare because I'm at home and I'm like, well, I'm still like taking care of myself and loving myself in that way. And I think it like,
bitch, your skin is whoa.
Which I was so glad because I came to LA and I'm telling you all the compliments. And
I was like, she's glowing.
But here's the thing, I wasn't doing it for that kind of reaction. I wasn't doing it for anyone. It was like, oh, I just want to like make me feel good, like just giving back to myself a little bit, you know? So it was like, and that's why I did it. It was really just to like, I was like, oh, this feels good for me. And like, it was just a moment for me to like relax and just like take care of myself before I start the day and work and stuff. So like, but then it was a bonus knowing like, oh my God, your skin's looking real good. Like you got this glow going on. So I was like, oh, okay, that's a good plus, you know? So, but now I'm like, I think for me, my biggest like thing in my insecurity is like, I hate working out. And I've done a million things. I've had the trainers, I've had the gym memberships, and I just never like, I hate, it's a struggle, you know? And so, and now I'm like learning just like the power of like habit more than just working out just to like, because I have to work out because of this. Like even going to the gym for like 5 minutes.
It's something. And that's what I used to always think, like, if I can't go to the gym for at least an hour, then there's no point in me going. Yeah. So, but if that's not true, even if you take a walk, it's better than doing nothing. And another thing I do to try and motivate myself, I dress up cute to go to the gym, girl.
Yeah, you do.
I invested in actual gym outfits because even if that's your one thing of dressing up and going out and doing something for yourself, which is going to the gym, like you look at yourself in the mirror, I'm like, dang, you look kind of nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that could be the one thing that you
that can motivate and that helps motivate you.
And you can buy a new outfit and
get
say,
you excited.
That gets you excited to wear. You know? And then
So and for me, it's like that wouldn't motivate me. I think it's just like I have to create, because I've learned even with my skincare routine, I was like, well, I've been able to create this habit with this, and like it's like my everyday now. I make the bed. I used to never make the bed, girl, but now I make the bed. I work on my like skin, and I'm like, okay, now I really want to like implement my workout, you know. And I'm still working on it, guys. I'm not like, you know, I'm not working out every day, but like I definitely have been trying my best to step it up, and even telling myself like, you don't gotta go hard, girl. Like I felt like every time I expected 100%. To always give my 110%, and every day you don't fucking feel like that. And I'm just like, I'm again like going to the creating the habit of like just at least showing up.
Exactly, you have to, because if you are at the place where you wake up in the morning like, I don't want to go to the gym, I mean, you just don't go. You're never going to pass that barrier in your mind. So it is like a stage thing. It's just like, and you feel more accomplished. You will feel more accomplished, not even about going to the gym, but by the discipline that you've shown to yourself that I actually did not want to be here, and look, I am here. And then it will be over. Even if you're there for 20 minutes, you're just like, the fact of the matter is,
you went.
I went. I showed up, and I showed up for myself.
Yeah.
And then you will see that not only happen in your day, in your workout, but in your daily life. You will notice things just start becoming more, you start to just cultivate a more disciplined lifestyle in general, and that impacts everything.
I agree. Like, and I think just like not putting so much pressure on myself is something I'm telling myself 100%. Too. It's just like,
because we always want to do something 110%.
Always want to do the most. Yeah. And like, and that was me. I was always everything had to be the most.
Yeah.
And that's why I failed a lot of times and like committing to stuff like that, because it was like not realistic.
Yeah.
You know?
Setting realistic
goals. And a lot of times, like, you know, I'm like, okay, I'll only be there for like 5 minutes, but I end up being there for like 45 minutes because it's like,
I'm here now.
Right. And it's like, because the hardest part is just getting there, because when I'm actually there, I'm like, oh, okay, let's go, let's do a little something, you know, it's fine, you know. And so, and don't
let a fine man be there, child.
I don't even looking, because
I know you're not looking, but I'm always like, look at me run.
Yeah, me and Brian like went together. Aww. It was cute. So it's just like, again, I'm still in like the stage of just trying to build that habit. Yeah. And again, doing it for me, like I feel like I've mastered that in so many ways of my life and different things. And I'm trying to use that recipe in now getting and now like trying to be healthier. Yeah. Even with like, just with everything.
Everything.
So I think that's where the confidence comes from. Going back to like homegirl's email, like how to gain that confidence. I think the confidence comes from like because I trust myself. And I trust myself because I failed a lot.
Yeah.
Because I've disappointed myself a lot.
Yeah.
But I've also like found ways to overcome it. And I think, because let's say like she's lost 60 pounds, like use that as like, well, like you've trusted yourself that you've done it before.
Right.
And yes, you gained it back, but like you've
done it before.
You've done it. You've showed up for yourself. So like use that trust. Like trust yourself because like it's there. You're capable.
And confidence, we can give you all the advice in the world, but you have to want it. That's just the fact of the matter is it's work. It's going to take work. It's going to take effort. It's going to take a mindset. It's not something that is just going to naturally come, and it's not going to come overnight. So it's just you have to want it and you have to work towards it. And I
don't know if this is just me. Like for me, like confidence really comes from like when I hit rock bottom. Yeah. When I just lose all of it. Mm-hmm. When I'm just like, I feel like shit. And then you get tired of feeling like shit. And you're like, I don't want to be here anymore. And so you just like I use that like the really dark times to like motivate myself. Yeah. Which is good, but sometimes like
you don't want to always have to hit rock
bottom.
I
was like, I don't want to wait till I hit rock bottom. So that's also something where it's like I gotta find motivation elsewhere because like we don't have enough time to just keep hitting rock bottom. But I will say like because I've hit rock bottom and done it, like I've gained more trust in myself that I don't think at this time in my life moving forward I have to hit rock bottom all the time. But before it was like I had to like lose it all in order to gain it back.
Yeah.
Which helps. But I think through time, you just have to like, you'll learn. 100%. You'll learn yourself. Anyways, oh my God. How is it already an hour?
Is it?
Yeah. I want to do one more email.
Yes, please.
This one says, how do I know casual sex is for me? I don't know if we're the right people for this, but we're going to figure it out.
As in, do you know who you're talking to?
Do you know? Steph with the PH, but it's okay.
We're learning. F.
Stephanie with one F, Steph with two Fs.
Come on.
But I also.
It's fine. We love you.
I understand.
But F.
But F. Love THE the pod. Just kidding.
Are you new here?
Are you new here?
Welcome.
Are you new here? Just kidding.
It's
welcome to the show.
DATHA.
You always know who like the ones who've been here for a while to the ones who are new. But it's okay. We love new people.
Love you.
Love the pod. Listening to your perspective on dating has helped me reshape what a healthy sex life looks like. Growing up, I always felt so much shame around sex outside of a committed relationship.
Yes.
But sex within my relationship, 2 serious ones about 10 years apart, was never great or very passionate. I downloaded Hinge out of boredom and intense horniness.
Girl, you sound like me. Talk to me, girl.
Yeah. Thinking maybe I should try some casual sex. I don't want to be in a relationship right now, as I've been single about a year and still working on myself physically and mentally. I met someone recently that turned into sexting super fast. We sexted for about a week and it was super hot. We met up, shot some pool, had a beer, then went back to his place.
Shot some porn.
Shot some pool.
Okay.
Did I say porn?
No, I just thought
you just thought like shot some porn, drank some beer, went back home. The sex was so hot. Oof. He was definitely a bit kinkier than I've ever been, but I was very into it. Girl, I squirted for the first time in my life, and I'm 30.
Yes, 30 gang. That's what I'm talking
30,
about.
Have you ever squirted?
No.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's kind of rare for, like, you know.
I'm trying to be like you when I grow up.
Right, that's right. Needless to say, it's clear to me that a relationship is not where this is heading. But I really want to keep having sex with this guy. But my hang up is that I don't get his sexy snaps like I did before we had sex. Despite me sending some mostly verbal, I'm starting to feel like he's one and done kind of guy. I don't know. I know everyone is different and it's important to be open with someone about what you want in a situation. When I talk to my friends about this, they say that even though I tell myself I don't want a relationship, I have similar expectations, even calling it casual. In my perfect world, we would just keep having sex, getting to know each other, naturally becoming friends with benefits. Am I delusional? How do I have a sexual casual relationship without having more expectations? Does this mean that I'm not capable of having one? Help a cocky Leo bitch out. Would love your perspective. I love that. She's from Phoenix.
Oh,
Shout
cute.
out,
Shout
Arizona.
out to A-Town. The other A-Town.
Oh, yeah. I was like,
the
Atlanta?
The other A-Town.
I still think, I mean, I don't know what if she has other expectations. I think communication, I think I said this earlier, like no
100%.
matter what type of relationship you are, friends with benefits, friendships,
Yep.
like whoever, you should always like know where you stand.
Mm-hmm.
And you should be able to communicate and have good communication. If you can't,
I don't know what to tell you, girl.
you know,
Like, no.
and it doesn't seem like she has any problem. She's willing to like,
Yeah.
you know, it's the other person, which unfortunately, like I get that there's a lot of people out there who like don't know how to communicate, like, oh, I just want sex and they just do it and like disregard people.
Yeah.
And like there's just people like that.
Especially
out there.
when you're sexting, I think that what makes it spicy is that you've never done it before in
Right.
person. But once
Yeah.
it's done, it's just like, okay.
Yeah, like maybe, yeah, he could just be like a one and done guy. And I think that like just but in a sense, yeah, like don't expect anything from him because like you can't tell him like
the fine line.
That's where the fine line is. Even expect of communication, which I feel like any grown ass adult who's out here fucking, like we really, if we're fucking, you guys, PSA, if we're fucking one another, we should really know where we stand. If it is just a one and
100%.
like you just fucked the shit out of my guts. Like I should know if this is the last time or not. You know what I mean?
I want to hear from you.
I need to know. Like,
You're adults. I can take it.
Right. Like we need to be honest about like, okay, it's just casual or is it not? And we shouldn't be offended by what the other person really wants.
100%.
You know, as long as things are consensual. But like, I just hate when people just like don't know how to like communicate that. So that I could see how that can be really frustrating, and I don't think that like that makes you incapable of it. It kind of seems like you're self-aware and like.
And honestly, ask him like, "Hey, I've noticed you've had less. You've been sending me less snaps. Like, what's the tea
That's
poo?
true.
Like, on what do you what do you have to lose? Nothing.
That's true.
You have like you don't need to see this man again. You don't need to be embarrassed. Like. Maybe he has a reason why.
Yeah.
And you can have an honest. When I don't really want a relationship with anyone, I'm so blatant.
Like you don't care. You're just like
bluntly honest. I don't care. I'm
like,
like,
I have nothing to lose.
Hey, I have nothing to lose. I've noticed you send less snaps. Is there a particular reason why? And you can like, is it because we had sex and the fantasy is gone? Like,
right.
And so you just, and if they don't give you the communication you want, initiate the conversation that you want. That's true.
Because what if they think that you're cool with it too? Like they don't know what you're fucking thinking.
And that's not having expectations. That's just being an adult.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Like honestly, what I would say to him is like, hey, like I've been honestly really enjoying having sex with you, and I would love to continue like the casual
just
sex.
That, yeah.
You know, like that's what I'm looking for, and I think that like we could do that if that's something like
you're open to.
If you're open to, if like I don't know what you're looking for, like I think this. If you're down, like let's just keep fucking.
Yeah.
Good. You know, and if you're not, like I understand. Would just rather know.
Yeah.
You don't want to. So
and then you keep it pushing.
And keep it pushing.
Thank you. Next.
Thank you.
Next.
So, yeah, that's true. You're right. Communicate how you feel because I think that like
men are stupid. They don't know their ass and their titties. Like
you kind of have to train them.
Train them. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Into like being like, okay, well, this is how I communicate. Even if it's just fucking. Yeah. This is how I communicate. Hey, I just want to fuck.
Because I'm an adult.
Right. And like, I think a lot of times too, like men just have this assumption.
That you want to be in a relationship with them.
Right. So they're probably.
We don't want you.
Right. Like, so I think he's probably just trying to like do the whole man thing. Like, let me just not like confuse her.
Yeah.
And like not like, you know. But like, I think as a woman, if you're like, hey, this is how I operate.
Yeah, this is what I want.
This is cool.
And Can you give that to me? Yes or no?
Right. But I don't know. But let's say she's not thinking so direct and she's like being delusional about gaining a relationship. Like, I don't know what her past relationships are like.
Then she's going to learn. The only way to know that is to learn. Like, if you find yourself catching feelings, send us another email and we'll tell you to run.
Right. But I mean, I think at one point in our lives, we did try to see if we could be a friends with benefits type of bitch.
Right.
And then we learned,
but her email didn't
or we can't.
insinuate that she this email really came off that it was sexual from the jump. So it's not like they were having.
I mean, her subject says, "How do I know casual sex is for me?" Because her homegirls are telling her like, because she's like, yeah, like I want to hear from him. Like I don't know what's going on. They're like, you're expecting too much. Like, you know, like of course, you know, because she wants to know if they. But then I think
that wanting to know where you stand in a casual relationship isn't expecting too much. It's
that's what I'm saying. It's just being adults about the situation.
Like speaking about like what is happening.
We're supposed to just have sex and just like walk around, ignore each other like we never did.
Just hit me up whenever you want. No.
Let me know. Let me know what.
Just because I think casual sex doesn't mean you don't have to have respect for yourself and for the other person. Like it's still a version of a relationship, and so. In that, it still requires communication. People still need to know where they stand. If you're catching feelings, let me know so I know when to back off.
Right.
And, you know, so everyone just understands what the tea is.
Even if it's not serious, you still need to put in the work and, like, communicate where each person stands so you know how to move forward. Because that's when it becomes like so confusing and not fun.
And then you think about
when you're like just confusing each other and shit. That's not fucking fun.
And then you're in your head about it when you really just don't have to because it can be solved with one conversation.
Yeah, and like we could be just proactive and just let each other how we know and get the fucking cum, bitch. Like why the hell are we out here confusing each other?
I don't know. People are useless.
People are useless. Like, I don't know. People are useless. But no, for real. But then also, she did mention how her friends were like, maybe you're telling yourself you want this, but you don't really.
But no one can know that but her.
I know, but like sometimes you be knowing your friends. Like let's say I was still single and I was like just casually having sex with someone. Would you really believe that I wouldn't grow feelings?
But then Steph, the thing is with you, and just like you have to go through it before you understand that to be true. I could tell you things so much, like Steph is not like, and you'd be like, I know, but. And
I mean, that's happened a lot.
Yeah, even
though literally has happened.
Even though I know you're delusional, I'm just like, she has to just go through it. She
just
has to.
Yeah.
And then with that, there's so many lessons that it's almost like hazing. Like there's just so many lessons in knowing yourself. And you said that you're getting to know yourself. Sometimes it takes things like this to get to know yourself. Well, okay, when I did it that time, I thought I was ready for a casual, but I realized I wasn't, so I'm not going to do it again.
Right.
But if it's not with him, it's going to be with somebody else.
For sure.
So it's better to nip it in the bud now, figure out how you deal with that situation. You're 30, and then keep it pushing.
Yeah, because it seems like she was always in serious relationships. Yeah, no, be a hoe. If you're always in a serious relationship and haven't had like a real hoe phase, I mean, if you want to, but clearly this person wants to.
Yeah.
And so
she seems in her adventurous phase.
Yeah, but like I think it's even if I could go rewind and go relive my young hoe phase when I was single, I would change the way that I communicated.
Yeah.
Like I think I would have had a lot more fun if I definitely communicated with myself first, because I was lying to myself about everything. If I was just honest with myself and then deliver that honesty, it would have been so much more proactive.
Yeah, 100%.
It would have been a lot better. Because a lot of times I end up fucking like, just, I don't know. We don't have to relive the episodes. But you know what I mean? Like, and that's fine. Like I needed to go through those in those moments. I don't regret it at all. But like,
and you can have, I'm not saying your friends are wrong. Have that serious, honest conversation with yourself. Like, are you really, girl? Like, it's me. I talk to myself.
Or sometimes you just don't know.
Girl,
you just
I'll
need
be
to
like,
go.
yeah. I'll be like, are you sure? And I'm like, And I'm like, I'm like, yeah, I'm sure.
But sometimes you don't know, and that's okay.
And that's why you have to go through it.
And I think a lot of times I just wouldn't know, and I would act like I knew.
Yeah.
And I think that was like my toxic trait with myself. Was like I would always act like I knew what the hell I was doing or how I even felt. And a lot of times I didn't even know what the fuck.
And that's a good point. Don't put the pressure to know.
To know. Just fucking, like, don't put the pressure on yourself to be like, is this for me? I don't know. Fucking go and figure it out. Find out.
That's what life is literally about.
Literally, just go, do it, find out, and then you'll learn. You'll learn something.
One thing's for sure, two things for certain. One way or another, you're going to learn today.
Exactly. That's how it works. So, in conclusion, we don't know if casual sex is for you or not. And you may not even know either. But you will find out.
He made her squirt, though.
Yep. Girl,
try.
Fall in love with him. It's okay if you do or you don't. It doesn't matter. Keep squirting.
Think that's also interesting, finding out. And that's what I think. Even though I date guys that I know may not necessarily, I 100% know that I would not marry them because, like, there was a guy that I was kind of dating. He wasn't a Christian. I knew I wasn't going to marry this guy. Right. But there were so many things about him that I was like, I would love that quality in my husband. I would love that, And so by having those different experiences, you're learning you're learning things that you didn't even think you wanted in a man, Yeah. And so it's important to have those experiences to figure out your body and what you want.
That's true. Just living life.
Live your life.
Why stop yourselves from living your life? If you want to go fuck him and squirt, go fucking do it. Be a dumbass hoe and learn your lesson.
And don't be pressure because
you're not a dumbass hoe. I'm saying that in the most positive way possible. Like, live your life.
Period.
Fuck the world and then fuck the world. Anyways.
And get money.
Money.
We're tired.
So late. It is 12:24 a.m. I'm ready for bed. Okay, plug yourselves. So yourself.
You already
There's more
know
than
what
one.
it is. It's your girl, J. Clarke. So my Instagram is j.clarke_Clarke is with an E. Follow me.
And then follow me, Stefanie Maegan,
organobrochotherapy.com.
All that shit
is there.
Okay, bye.
Love you guys. Bye.
Growth therapy.